Hello everyone. Day 915, walking 5 miles per day, every single day, without exception, at age 67 and a half. Today, I want to be careful using this word. I actually looked it up in the dictionary, Webster's dictionary. I looked up the meaning of the word disciple, because I don't want to be sacrilegious in any way, shape, or form here. But the word disciple means to follow, basically to follow a teacher. So I feel comfortable saying that I'm a disciple of David Goggins. And it's amazing what happens when you listen to this guy over and over and over. I mean, as you can see, I've got my AirPods in. He's muted right now. But I have listened to his two audio books, Can't Hurt Me and Never Finished, every day for 915 days. I could probably write the text for the book by now. I mean, I know what they're going to say before they ever say it. So it's ingrained in my brain. But the main thing that I want to talk about today is his theory of a calloused mind. That is what I needed when I started this adventure. Way back in April of 2021, when I first started walking, that's when I found him. But I really didn't get serious until 2023, and I haven't missed a day since. By calloused mind, what he means is you have to do something you don't want to do every single day. I mean, right now for me, it's not the walking, it's the push-ups. I went the whole month of July without missing a single day in push-ups, and I've missed 4 days in the month of August. I hate it that much. I do. I hate it. It hurts so much to knock out those push-ups, but when I'm done, I'm going, yes. So, you know, I'm approaching 6,000 push-ups since July the 1st. So I'm not, complaining, griping, down on myself because of that. But to get to the point where you do something every single day that what he says sucks, and you do it consistently, day after day after day, that is what changes you. When I first started walking for this adventure in February 26th, 2023, I could walk, I think the first week I might have walked a mile a day, if that. I didn't walk much, but I just kept doing it. And the more I did it, I'm not going to say it got easier, because it didn't. Because as I've said before, I have walked 3 miles, 5 miles, 7, 9, 11, 15, and 21 miles in a single day. So it's not just 5. 5.53 is my average. But I've done basically 5 every day for the last 2.5 years. I did those weird numbers back in 2021. So this callous mind theory is, once you get to the point where you're comfortable doing something that sucks every day, the key is to move to something else, which I have done with the push-ups and the flutter kicks. And oh my, the flutter kicks, jeez. The first couple of weeks, I did them laying on my back, and they hurt, but it wasn't that bad. And then I decided to do them in a sitting position with my hands behind my, propping me up. And I do the same amount of flutter kicks as I do push-ups. So my next round tonight is going to be 129 push-ups and 129 flutter kicks. I'm not going to lie. When I get to about 60, I feel like I'm pulling every muscle out of my stomach, but I do not stop. And the reason I do not stop is I ask myself a simple question. And I don't want this becoming sacrilegious either. What would David Goggins do? I ask myself that a lot when I start to chicken out or lay in bed, or feel like I just do not want to walk one day or whatever. What would David Goggins do? And again, that is by no means no sacrilege against the old WWJD bracelets. That's just a question I ask. It has nothing to do with that. And that is what separates the people that David Goggins calls that are hard versus the majority of the people out there, and no disrespect meant, that are soft. I was soft, I still am, around the belly, still working on that. But I was soft for 65 years until I, again, found Goggins and started callousing my mind. I cannot emphasize it enough to do something that sucks every single day. It's really hard to put into words this morning. That when you just finally decide, I don't like X, I don't like being overweight, comma, I don't like being a quitter, comma, I don't like feeling stupid, comma, I don't like feeling like I've never accomplished anything, comma. There are a lot of commas out there. When you ask yourself that question or pose that statement to yourself, and then you start doing something about it and do something that sucks every single day. Walking sucks, not gonna lie. It'd be so much easier to lay in bed, but I do it every single day. When you do that, you start callousing your mind, and that flows over into everything else. I mean, I had one of the most successful career weeks I've ever had this week, and it didn't look that way through Thursday, but Friday everything just fell into place. You got to keep going. It's as simple as that. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep forward momentum. You never get to where you want to go if you stay where you've always been. I don't know if that's a quote or not. I'll make it one. You'll never get where you're meant to go if you stay where you've always been. So keep that in mind. I highly recommend listening to David Goggins' audiobooks. Again, the language is not great. I don't even hear it anymore. Those words just don't exist. I mean, I hear them, but I don't process them. I'm listening for the message. What's the message for today as I walk? And when I woke up this morning, I had really nothing planned to say today. No quotes, no nothing. And I started listening to Goggins, and there it came. It just popped out. This is what I needed to talk about today. And I hope that's what separates me from maybe all the other channels out there. There are no notes, no scripts, no planning. I just get out here and walk and talk. I hope that resonates, and we'll see. So y'all have a great day. Work on callousing that mind, and I think you'll be shocked where you might be in just a few months' time if you start to do that. Y'all have a good one. Peace.